Good morning. I'm at Lee's Ferry. Getting a, well, I don't want to say a late start. It's like about 7 in the morning. I said I was going to start at 6:30, but didn't get here until a little after midnight. Slept fine in the car because it was perfect. It was in the 70 degrees. It'll get up to like 100 today while hiking, but I'm getting up to the top of these cliffs on the Spencer Trail, which I've done before, but then I am going to the other side of Horseshoe Bend, the other side of the river that people take pictures of. I'm gonna walk across the top of these cliffs for about 4 miles to get over there. It looks pretty flat, so I think it's very easily doable, but I've never heard or seen of anyone doing it. So it would be cool if people on the other side would take my picture and then be able to send it to me, but I would need a big poster board or something for that with my phone number or email on it. But I will have the GoPro to verify I'm over there. So, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and walk along these cliffs, and then come back down Dominguez Pass, which I have a GPX file downloaded. Not many people do what I'm doing. There's a couple trip reports on Dominguez Pass and coming down the cliffs that way. And there was a big group that seemed to do it in 2019. So, you know, worst case scenario, it gets too hard, and I have to walk back along the cliffs and come down the Spencer Trail. But this is going to be a pretty long adventure. Thinking like 15 miles all in. So, but there's not a lot of, after the Spencer Trail, you gain like 2,000 feet right off the bat. There's not going to be much elevation gain, just little ups and downs the rest of the way. So it's just going to be hot up there. So I got 3 liters of water. I got sunscreen. So yeah, I will be heading up, and I'll check in on the way up the trail. There's the Colorado River. Here's a little taste of the Spencer Trail. Forget what the exact stats are, but it goes up about 2,000 feet in 2 miles or so, I want to say. So you're going up fairly steeply the whole time, but from what I remember, it wasn't too bad. I think it was a little sandy at some points, but I'm still not recovered from the JMT, by the way. I still have a cough. I feel fine, but my body's still messed up in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know how fast or what speed I'm gonna be moving at today, but this is Spencer Trail. Check in higher up. Check it in. Getting up there. I would venture to say halfway up, or maybe a little over halfway up. But you can start to see the whole Colorado River Canyon, the Vermilion Cliffs. You can see, can't see it easily on the screen, but Cathedral Wash, which I'm gonna go in next, is like right there. Luckily this climb is all in the shade, but it's already warm, and I still am not moving uphill very quickly. So when I get up to the top though, it should be pretty smooth sailing across to Horseshoe Bend. It's just gonna be really hot and exposed. So anyway, check in higher up. Well, we're getting to the top. Whew. So I'll have to show you. There's the view back, but the view out to Page, there's Navajo Mountain that you see out in the distance, which I'll be skirting around tomorrow. So, can't really see in the camera with the glare. Somewhere around there is Horseshoe Bend. So that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be walking over there. As you can see, it's a little downhill from here, but it's flat for the most part. Pretty cool. And nice if I could keep climbing over, but not really any point. So I'm going to put some sunscreen on and then go on a little cross-country adventure. This is the landscape I'm walking across. This is actually going to take longer than expected. There's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of navigation. I have to skirt around a couple of canyons and then it should be more of a straight shot cross country to Horseshoe Bend, but this is nice and flat now, but I was just going through a lot of up and down, crossing the heads of some drainages. When I go back, I'm gonna go way out there past those radio towers and drop down the cliffs there to the Paria River. We're just cutting across here. This is probably one of the more navigationally challenging aspects. We gotta somehow cross this sort of head of this side drainage. And Horseshoe Bend's essentially somewhere straight out there, about, I don't know, at least 3 miles as the crow flies. But this next half mile or so, I think could get a little interesting. I just came down, basically followed a drainage down. Not too steep, but it's like this, all on rock and sand, so it's not, you know, easy by any means. So I basically need to try to just cut straight across here, and then it should get flatter. So fingers crossed. The terrain has turned rockier. I just found this little alcove. Pretty cool. There's probably, I was gonna say, I wonder if I can find some petroglyphs. I doubt anyone's ever out here, so they wouldn't be disturbed at all. I can't see any from here though, but pretty cool out here. The walking's getting easier. It's not totally flat, but as you can see, it's just sort of walking across some mixture of sand and rock. I'm just basically trying to keep a line out to Horseshoe Bend. It should be pretty tame. Shouldn't be any obstacles. But it'll probably be another hour or so before I make it out there, so we'll see. There's all these, I don't know if it's like obsidian or what. There's all these pieces of black rock. You can see them. There's like a whole pool of them right there. sort of scattered all about the landscape. It's like the Moki Marbles, but it's not the Moki Marbles. It's different kinds of rock. Like right here. It's just this whole sea of, it was deposited here. I guess during flash floods when it rains, there's probably water here, but pretty cool. Okay, I don't know if this is fake or what this is. This is like a man-made stone out here. Whoa. I don't know what's going on out here, but yeah. Just on slick rock in the middle of nowhere, cutting across. Making some progress now. Probably have, there's another one of these pits with all these whatever type of rock. Probably got about 1.5 miles as the crow flies, sort of to the tip of Horseshoe Bend, I would estimate. So the way it's been going the last 15 or 20 minutes, I'm walking pretty good pace. There's always a little bit of twists and turns. You know, you got to go up and down and navigate around these rock formations, but it's going okay now. So hopefully be there within, you know, 30 or so minutes, which would be good. Put me there before 11. I've just spotted a bunch of bighorn sheep. I don't know if you can see them. All there. Oh wow, they're all over the landscape. I'm not sure if I'm pointing in the right place. I heard noises and I was like, I don't know what that is. There's like 20 of them. They're all looking at me too. Wow. I hope you see all that. I hope they don't decide to charge me. I guess we'll get a little closer and see what happens, but wow. I mean, there's a lot of them. Okay, so they're moving. Look, they're all moving to be together. Well, I guess I will be trying to go around them. I'm gonna stop and try to take a picture here. Well, we're getting closer. We're more or less walking on the sort of the narrow neck. It's not very wide on the map. I was hoping we got like a viewpoint somewhere around here. Or maybe it's just, yeah, you know what? I think that is the bend, Horseshoe Bend. Or, you know, the bend is in the river, but I think that's it right here. I think we just gotta walk over there. As you can see, it's lower than the other side, so we got like a 1/2 mile or so of flat walking across. Well, I mean, relatively flat. You can see we're sort of going up and down rocky terrain here. But yeah, we're making our way over there. So I'll check in. See, it's sort of narrow here. You can see there's a steep drop off on either side because the river comes around here. So I'll check in again once we get closer to the point. Figured I would get close to the edge here to get some better views of the river. Pretty cool. We are right on the edge of a very big drop-off. So, yeah, almost to the tip. Well, from here, sort of, I guess it depends what you call the tip. As you could see, I could climb down and get closer, I guess, to see the whole river. Maybe I'll try to go down a little bit more here, but can't really see the people on the other side, which is somewhat disappointing because I thought I could. This rock is sort of crumbly here, so I gotta be careful. I was climbing up this thing. I guess I could have just walked around. Didn't realize it. Climbed up it, and I stepped on a little ledge and it broke. My knee got a little cut up, but so yeah, I want to be careful here. This is getting a little dicey. I may as well get down to the tip there, and then we'll call that officially completed. Oh, bait. Oh, yeah, see, look. I could have just walked down right there through that crack, so I'll go back up that way. Then around that thing. So, yeah, the question is just where is best spot to say sort of the point is. I'm gonna say it's right out here, or I can probably see the whole bend in the river. I think it'll be a little easier getting back. I hope so. You never know, but oh yeah, say it just keeps just bench after bench after bench dropping down, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably say this is good enough. Look at that view. The boat's down there. Awesome. So other side of Horseshoe Bend. Haven't seen any videos. I've seen one video where someone ATV'd over here, but that doesn't count. Have not seen any videos online about anyone walking over to this point, so hopefully I will be the first. So pretty cool. Well, we are I don't know, 4 miles or so removed from the lookout point on the other side of Horseshoe Bend. We unfortunately had to walk across a lot of sand, so it was slow going. Honestly, it probably wasn't even 4 miles. Might have only been 3.5. It's been about an hour and a half since I left Horseshoe Bend, but we finally hit the drainage that we need to go up to Dominguez Pass. And it's not a lot of distance. It's only like a quarter or half mile. And then after the sort of high point or saddle, we then just drop down and we'll hit the edge of the cliffs, and then we'll descend the cliffs down to the Paria River. So I hope this isn't too painful. We only have to gain a couple hundred feet. I thought originally we'd have to gain like 700 or 800 feet, but no, it's as you can see, this is all sand. I'm just gonna follow the wash. Could skirt on the rocks, but then you'd have some up and down. But so right up, you can't quite see it, I guess, but it's sort of a high point saddle, which I think is called Dominguez Pass. And then I'll just drop a little bit off of that to get to the edge of the cliffs, and then I'll see the Paria River down below, a long way down below. And I'm gonna have to, apparently there's a way down which involves some sand slopes, a little bit of scrambly loose rock. It doesn't seem too dangerous from the couple trip reports I read, so I don't know though, who knows. I don't think it's marked. I do have the GPS track, so you're getting a better view now of where we're headed. So I'll check in when I get up there to the cliff edge. Well, I think we've officially hit Dominguez Pass. Nice flat saddle. You can see the Vermilion Cliffs over there. The Paria River's at the base of those. So we are heading over and need to find our descent point, which some of the beta mentions there's like a big mega cairn from years ago that I think is knocked over, partially knocked over, but you can still see the remnants of it. So I honestly have no idea at this point where the drop down point is or what this mule ear formation is that is talked about in the description. Well, we've hit the view of the Paria River down below, which I think is bone dry, but it's hard to tell from here. And you can see the Colorado River Canyon over there, which is pretty cool. I still don't think, we don't appear to quite be at the descent point yet. But I am getting closer to the GPS track at least. There's like no, I suppose I could peek down there if that's there, but I think it's on the other side of this. So I just wanted to give you the view of the Paria. I hope I find this descent point soon. Well, I think we found it. There's a cairn, there's another one. You can get down this sort of steep slope to that sand. And then I'm not totally sure where, but we're gonna follow the GPS track. And honestly, from here, it looks pretty doable to get down. Even without a track, I'd like to think I could find my way down to the river. So, but we're not even going all the way down to the river. So, yeah, here we go. Let's hope it doesn't get too sketchy. So I don't know if I should put the camera away or not. I'm just trying to look for signs down there of where the trail goes. I don't know. I think I'm gonna get to that sand slope. This is where sand is beneficial. You just sort of slide. Of course, it all gets in your shoes, and I still don't wear gaiters, which I need to start doing. But nice easy descent here. Just need to figure out where to go when we hit this cliff edge. That descent up to the sand wasn't too bad. You had to be careful because there was loose rock, but so you could like twist an ankle, but you weren't gonna fall off a cliff or anything. All right, so here, well, there's a cairn. I don't know if you can see. I can't see the screen. On that rock ahead, there's a cairn. So that's a good sign. Look, we already came down all that. Well, actually, we weren't all the way at the top, but all right, I'll check in later. Well, I must say, this is incredibly steep getting down this loose sand, rock, starting landslides. I think I'm almost to where it'll start to get a little better, but yeah, this part is not very fun. Climbing down incredibly steep terrain. I'm gonna put the camera away, I think, just to have my hand available. So I'll check in later. Well, I made it down the steep part, down to this white bench above the Paria, and the rest of the way is just following this old mining track on this white shelf. So, you know, maybe minor ups and downs, but I think it's relatively flat. So I pulled the camera back out. I also just ran out of water, which is unfortunate, because I still got a while to go. But I got plenty in the car. Tomorrow I'll be hitting water sources, I think, at least. So I'm gonna bring more than, well, I'll bring my filter, but I think I'm also gonna bring more than 3 liters too, just in case. I'm gonna drink a lot tonight. So definitely, it's definitely hot out here, and I'm parched. So crossing this major drainage here, pretty impressive little side canyon. So I'll check in close to the car. See the Colorado out there. Yeah, man, I sort of want to go jump on the river when I'm done. I'm hot. I'm gonna chug like 2 Gatorades too. So yeah, I think I will jump in the river actually. To get in, take off my clothes, maybe keep my underwear on. Stupid road. It's not really a road, so it's pretty hard to follow sometimes. But anyway, I'm getting there. I probably got, I don't know, 1.5 miles left to the car if I had to guess. Hopefully less, but it's not too bad, and then it will be downhill at some point off this bench. So anyway, check in later. Getting closer. That's the Lonely Dell Ranch down there. I can't see it in the camera to point. That's Lonely Dell Ranch. It's the parking lot where my car is, and the Colorado adventure. Of course, this is sort of windy and not a straight line. I was gonna say adventure at least a 1/2 mile, probably like 3/4 of a mile left. We do have to descend, I don't know, a good 300 or 400 feet, I'd say, to get down to the car. So hopefully that's a nice easy road. Man, I could really use some Gatorade right now. So, almost done this loop. Glad I did it, but not easy. And I doubt maybe no one has ever done this, because I don't know if anyone's ever gone to the other side of Horseshoe Bend. And very few people do this Dominguez Pass dry loop with the Spencer Trail. I mean, I found 2 people online that have done it. So yeah, when you combine them both, and in the middle of the summer, well, I guess it's late summer, but it's hot. You know, we're talking 100-degree temps. Not the easiest hike. So anyway, almost done. This is Paria Beach, right near Lee's Ferry. Right, this turbulence is because the Paria River is coming into the Colorado, just upstream. The Paria is running pretty faintly, but there actually is water in the Paria. But the water is nice and cold, as always. So I'm just getting in like up to my knees. And then I'm gonna go do Cathedral Wash. It is hot out here. I just drank like 2 liters of fluid at least. I'm probably not gonna end up doing the ropes trail or the toadstools, but we'll see. It's just so hot, and that's gonna be extra driving, extra time, and I need to rest up. I have a big day tomorrow, so But yeah, just went to come out, check out the beach since I figured I had some time if I cut out those other 2 hikes.